right, guys. He's done writing in the back, but we're about ready to bring up our feature performer. Before we do, I want to make sure that I let you remind you of the topics that he's supposed to write jokes about. It is grade school, Air Bud, the British. Why did the kids smell like milk when we were young? Marvel movies and motorcycles. Those are the topics that our feature performer. Now, a big question for you guys is, are you guys ready for your feature performer tonight? That's not bad. I need just a little bit more. Are you ready for your feature performer tonight? Oh, guys. Like, this is an emotional thing for me because this next individual is a close personal friend of mine, and when he moved away to LA, it really kind of ripped something out of side of me because we became very, very close personal friends, best friends. In fact, we had a podcast together. We worked on jokes together. And guys, I gotta tell you, not only is he a funny comic, he's probably one of the most humble, down-to-earth...
Thanks, Man Scout. You can leave now. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Now is the moment you've all been waiting for. Get on your feet, make some noise, all the way from the city of superstars, Los Angeles super famous comedy legend, Jake Stewart! Holy shit, there he is! Walking up on the stage now, carrying notebooks and a beer? No, wait, I think that's a cider. Jake is secure enough in his manhood to know he doesn't like beer, and that's where the rest of his foot. Looks like he doesn't know where to put all of his stuff. There was supposed to be a stool there, but it seems to be gone. No, don't put it on the ground. You'll just kick it over later. Maybe that dude can bring you a stool. Hell yeah! Put that shit down, Jake. Yeah, that's nice. Jake fucking Stewart. This super famous dude is actually in the same room as you guys. How crazy is that? Do a pose, Jake. Hell yeah, look at it. Now would be a great time to get a picture. Do some karate moves, Jake. Oh yeah. Punch, kick again. Kick higher, even higher. Hell yeah. Now we're ready to start the motherfucking show of a goddamn century. Give it up for comedy legend, Jake Stewart! Oh man, is he out of breath? Seriously? Just from that? Dude, you are like crazy out of shape.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Oh, that started with such high energy, and I do not have the personality to back it up at all. Oh. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Oh, it is late. It is so late. I should have gone to bed to 3 episodes of Frasier like hours ago. What is happening? Why am I still awake? All right. Let's get it started. Number 1, motorcycles. I'm gonna be reading these. I just wrote them. Shut up. So, California has different laws for motorcycles. They can go in between cars on the highway. Like, what the fuck? Like, if 2 cars are going like 70 next to each other, a motorcycle can just, you know, like the long piece in Tetris, just right in through there. It scared the shit out of me the first time it happened. Motorcycles are great because it's everything that you love about cars minus the safety. You know that big box that's around you that's specifically designed to keep you alive? Fuck it, get it out of there. I want to be thrown like a rag doll at the smallest pebble. Your death will look cool as shit, I'll tell you that. Motorcycles, check. Number 2, grade school. I've got nothing for grade school. I blocked that shit out. Those were dark times for Jake Stewart. Grade school's hard because that's the time in your life where you're not in control of anything. Your parents are making decisions for you, and my parents decided that I was an athlete. Apparently they have never met me. I played all the sports. I played baseball, and when I showed up, I was like, well, where's the little stand so that I can hit the ball? And they were like, no, we're gonna be throwing it at you. I said, not at me. And they're like, great, we'll put you way out in left field. I was like, awesome, but where's the sand to play in? It's all grass over there. I want to build some castles. I played soccer. This is true. I was the goalie for our soccer team, which is fine for kids' soccer because, like, nobody's going to score points in children's soccer. The positions do not matter. It's just a small clump of children following a ball. Nobody knows what they're doing or what their jobs are. I still could not explain to you any role of any person on a soccer team to this day. I played football in high school when it matters, and I was accidentally good at football, actually. Because I had this great play where I was a defensive end, and when the guy with the ball said go time, and like they start the play, my job was to, stand there and go, no. But the other guy, he was going to clear a path because that's where the star was going to come through, was right next to me. So his idea to get me away was to grab me by the face mask, which is not allowed. And he swung me around in a circle, like my feet were off the ground, like a hammer toss in the Olympics, and I was the hammer. But this guy was a big old dummy because he swung me right into the quarterback who had the ball, and I got the tackle. Oh yeah, got a participation trophy at the end of that season. Grade school, check. Marvel movies. All right. Do you know why Marvel's better than DC, outside of the fact that DC's garbage? Marvel is better than DC because their villains are right. Like, all the Marvel villains have legitimate points. And I'm always, conflicted as a person watching these movies. Like, Killmonger in Black Panther? Fuck yeah, absolutely. Rise up, become Wakanda. Show yourselves. And T'Challa did that at the end of the movie. He was like, that's a good point. We'll come out. Hey, here we are. Sorry you had to die for me to see that you totally had a point. But you're right. Thanos in Infinity War? Yeah, absolutely. There's an overpopulation problem, and people are dying because there's not enough food. I've got the solve for that. Kill the people. He's just saying what needs to be done when others won't. Thanos 2020. That's what I'm saying. Thanos, can we talk about his glove real quick, though? Thanos' glove is fantastic. It can do whatever he wants to do just by his thoughts. But for some reason, he thinks that he has to snap to kill everybody. And I wonder if someone was just during the sales pitch was like, oh yeah, you could kill half the universe in a snap. And he was like, oh, I have to snap? Okay, I'll write that down. There's no way he would snap in that glove. That glove was huge and made of metal. It was like Michael Jackson in medieval times. Like, what? There's no way you could get a good... Sorry, I just ate some buttered popcorn and it's not... It's so slippery. You know who should have been an Avenger? Air Bud. We're moving on! Air Bud! Air Bud should have been filmed from a different point of view. We were following the wrong characters. I want 2 remakes of Air Bud that happen simultaneously. Number 1, I want the sad story about a man down on his luck who's forced to become a clown at children's parties, whose wife has left him. His dog is his only friend. And some dumb high school kid just steals him away. Which is a crime. You can't just steal things. We wrote down the laws. Number 2 that I want us to see, Air Bud, it's about a dog that plays basketball and starts. There's a kid on the bench who's not as good as a dog. I want that kid's 30 for 30 on ESPN. That kid who probably smelled like milk 2 for 1. Yeah! Nailed that shit. British people. You know what I love? Okay. British people, they're like secretly kind of like Canadian in a way. No, hold on. I'll explain. They're like really nice and wholesome people. And you don't notice it. I've been watching a lot of the Great British Bake Off. Does anybody else watch this? Yes, thank you. For those of you that are looking at me like I'm the idiot, this is the greatest show ever made by human hands. Go home on Netflix and watch the Great British Bake Off. Fuck Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. This is television. For those that don't know, Great British Bake Off is about a bunch of great British people just baking cakes. That's the whole show. And it's so good, you guys. It's the opposite of American reality TV. Because they're so nice and helpful. Literally, the host is helping the people make their cakes. Like, conflict of interest. They're like, oh, can I borrow some eggs? Oh, yes, of course you can. We're all in this together. I've been watching it so much that I've started to just like drink heavily while watching it and inserting the American like negativity and aggression that the show is missing. I'll just be wondering like, oh, you call that a full puff pastry, you fuck ass? There's not enough butter in there. There should be 6 layers. It's supposed to be layer butter, layer butter, layer butter, layer. You should have got home 4 weeks ago when you tried to cement that savory biscuit. So you guys should all watch the Great British Bake Off. Is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna pause for a minute while I can. Oh, so dry. My mouth and the cider. It didn't help at all. I have this problem. I have lots of problems. This one's specific about the joke. You raise your hand if you talk to yourself, just like throughout the day. That's normal. Who does it out loud? When you're having like a conversation with a ghost. Who, when you are talking to yourself out loud, does it in a British accent? Just me? Am I crazy? Okay, great. I don't know what's happening. I'm not in control of this voice that's coming out of me. And I'm scared. I'll just be sitting at home like, I think today's a good day to do the laundry. I think today is a good day to do the laundry. You have a good idea? Let's just tie to us. It's the best to get our shirts all nice and whooshed. Like, what, why, what is happening to me? Why is King's Speech here? And I'm worried that, like, I'm getting too pretentious, and I think my subconscious knows. So my subconscious has been sending in, like, a third voice to undercut everything that King's Speech says, trying to knock him off his high horse. And that voice is Jason Statham? And I'm not in control of that voice either. I'm like, I think today's a good day to do the laundry. Oh, yes, I think today is a good day. Oh, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the laundry. Like, guys, I don't even have enough quarters for the dryer, so calm down. Laundry costs money as an adult. Nobody warned me about that. As you can tell, I had a pretty weird childhood. Couldn't have been guessed already. My parents ran the children's puppet ministry at our church. Connect those words together in your head. Let that sink in. Children's puppet ministry. I grew up on Christian Sesame Street, you guys. I thought that was a totally normal thing. I thought that was a shared experience by all human beings. We all grow up with our parents running a children's puppet ministry at our churches. Of course I cannot hang out on Saturday night. I have rehearsal for Sunshine Safari in the morning. Sunshine spelled S-O-N because Jesus. I don't know if you know this, but Christians love puns. It's kind of like a secret in the Christian industry, is they love puns. One of the best parts of this ministry was a series of music albums called Righteous Pop Music, or RPM for those of us in the biz. And what RPM was a guy who would take old 80s rock songs and just rewrite them a little bit to be about Jesus now. We'd have classics like Huey Lewis and the News' Power of Love, rewritten to be Power of God. It's the exact same song. That's the only word that changed in the entire song. Don't take money, it's the power of God. All right, buddy, pass the offering plate. There were hundreds of these songs, you guys. Hundreds of them. And I know the words to all of them. All of them. Great songs like American Woman, rewritten to be Samaritan Woman. We had Baby Got Back, became Jesus Came Back. We had, what else do we have? 2 Tickets to Paradise, rewritten to be Too Wicked for Paradise. That one was a bit of a warning. My favorite, though, was Bohemian Rhapsody, which became Bethlehemian Rhapsody, which is a mouthful. Even for me now, at year 28. Imagine me being a small child. Bethlehemian Rhapsody. I live in this, there are so many of these songs. I live in this weird dichotomy in my life. That when I hear a song start to play, I don't know if I'm about to hear the original version or the Christian version. Because to me, the Christian version is the original version, because that's the one that I heard first. I'll be at a party and someone's like, hey, crank up that Billy Joel. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna read the Bible. I did it again, didn't I? I'll leave the party. That's a true story, but it's also the most unbelievable joke that I tell because someone at a party yelling, crank up the Billy Joel! All my friends are just like middle-aged white dads. I know, but the problem is I don't have like an appreciation for like the original music anymore. Like, Sting and the Police, Message in a Bottle, fucking hate this song. And it's not because I grew up with Message in the Bible. It's because this song legitimately doesn't make any sense. Come along with me. We'll go on a journey together. Verse 1, Sting, stranded on a desert island. I buy that. Looks like he has that lifestyle. Verse 2, he writes out a note, please help, I'm so alone, and just puts it in a bottle and just drops it into the ocean. And then he waits 1 full calendar year and awakes to find that overnight 100 billion bottles have washed up on shore. 100 billion, billion with a B, you guys. I did the research. In 1974, when this song was written, there were only 4 billion people on the planet. That means every single person that was alive in 1974 wrote Sting 25 reply bottles each. And they also all knew where he was. And they were also they were all in communication with each other. That if you're in South America, you're sending your bottle 2 weeks before Greenland so that the tides can take them together at the same time and all 100 billion bottles can wash up on the shore overnight on the anniversary of his being stranded. But then he reads all 100 billion bottles. And they all just say, yeah, we're pretty lonely too. In 1974, the whole world came together. All of us, every person, beyond race, beyond religion and orientation. We were all one people telling Sting to shut the fuck up. That's the world I want to live in. I'm gonna take another drink.
Oh man. Get it!
I'm still so thirsty.
Get this man a trip.
Butterfly in the sky.
My phone's ringing, I'm so sorry.
Twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rain.
Hello?
Welcome to Verizon's over-the-phone bill pay.
Oh, God damn it.
To pay your bill over the phone with the over-the-phone bill pay, press 1. Please enter your card number.
Yeah, shit. Okay. Fuck.
Your over-the-phone payment has been confirmed. Your confirmation code will be read to you in 1 second.
Fuck.
5, 7, 3, 2, 9, 9, 1, 7, 5, 0, 3, 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. A circle. 6, 3, 2, square root of 125,749. 6, 6, 6, the shape of Montana. 0.
Is that a square state? That's a square one, right?
A girl walking a dog. 3, 5, 5, 8. Daffy Duck. Donald Duck. Donald Rumsfeld. 2, 8,
Do you have glasses?
8, 4. A left-hand hand turkey. 5, 6, 1, 0, 3, 4, 3. A picture of you writing the sentence I'm speaking now. 7, 3. A really big 6. 1, 0, 3, 4. A horse crossbred with an elephant seal. A seal. Seal the singer.
Nobody even uses confirmation codes anymore.
4. The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
42.
6, 9, 1. A selfie with the audience.
Hold on, lady. It's
1,
good.
0,
Shut up.
3, 4, and 9.
9.
Thank you for
I heard
using
that one.
Verizon's over-the-phone bill.
You're welcome.
Your call will now be disconnected. Goodbye.
I think I'm out of time. Jake Stewart, thank you so much.